Welcome to part 6 of our Indiatour series explainer. Today, we're diving into how ancient building techniques and some absolutely stunning geography actively shape the daily lives of locals right now. We're going to see how things like colonial heritage, tea production, and colossal fortresses aren't just, dusty relics of the past. They're actually vibrant, living parts of modern existence.
Seriously, imagine stepping out your front door and finding your daily commute woven right into living, breathing history. For the locals in the incredible places we're exploring today, reality isn't a museum. It's a dynamic, everyday space where ancient architecture and colonial legacies directly dictate how their cities look, function, and thrive. So here's our travel itinerary for today. We'll start at the Himalayan tea capital, move on to the Emerald Tea Hills, then head over to the Indigo Desert Fortress, and finally wrap up at the Golden Sandstone Mirage. Stop 1, the Himalayan tea capital. Let's look at what it's like living in Darjeeling. Waking up as a resident here? Well, it means brewing your morning cup at a breathtaking altitude of 6,725 feet. Rising dramatically into the Himalayas, Darjeeling is known all over the world as the absolute capital of tea. And it's this extreme high-altitude geography that's the real secret to why its crops thrive so beautifully. Your daily commute here could literally be soundtracked by the whistle of the famous 1881 steam toy train. This functioning UNESCO heritage site still winds right along the mountain railway that put the city on the map in the first place. The streets themselves, they are this perfect immersive sensory experience. They seamlessly blend English colonial heritage with Himalayan culture, and the air is just filled with mingling scents of fresh tea, incense, and hot dumplings. Just down the road, you'll find the local Gum monastery, offering a profound spiritual anchor. This Tibetan monastery preserves a magnificent statue of Mahatma Buddha. But for a lot of the locals, it's so much more than just a beautiful building. It serves as a really powerful symbol of refuge for those who sought safety and ultimately found a home here after the invasion of Tibet.
Moving right along to stop 2, the Emerald Tea Hills, we're exploring Munnar's cool altitude.
Heading south to the western Ghats of Kerala, we hit Munnar, where locals enjoy a climate that stays comfortably cool all year round. And that's thanks to an impressive altitude of 5,250 feet. Up at this height, the Munnar tea plantations completely cover the rolling hills, essentially wrapping the entire landscape in this stunning emerald green mantle. Now, harvesting this tea relies entirely on precise traditional hand-picking techniques. Today, pickers select only the top 2 leaves and the bud of the plant. To make sure this can be done efficiently, each bush is pruned regularly. They keep it low to the ground to facilitate this incredibly delicate, hands-on process. It's honestly fascinating to imagine living among these tropical forests that the English transformed back in 1870. They literally took wild, untamed nature and turned it into these orderly expanses of tea bushes. As a resident today, you'd get to watch the thick morning fog slowly dissolve away to reveal endless, deep green valleys every single day. Time for stop 3, the Indigo Desert Fortress. Welcome to the blue city of Jodhpur. Imagine walking through a bustling old city that is almost entirely dominated by the color blue. Here in Jodhpur, hundreds of houses are painted with this rich indigo. It's a unique tradition that actually started centuries ago when local Brahmins used the distinct color just to identify their specific dwellings. Over time, that practice evolved into the absolute visual identity of the entire city. Towering away above these blue streets is the massive Mehrangarh Fort. This architectural marvel boasts sheer walls that reach 118 feet high, and get this, a staggering 69 feet thick. The pure scale of the ancient building techniques on display here is just breathtaking. What's really amazing is that this fortress fiercely watches over a vibrant, living city. Built in 1459 by Rao Jodha, the fort's interior is just as impressive as its massive walls. It features 7 distinct gates, and each one was built by a different Maharaja to commemorate their specific military victories. Yet, down below, protected by these walls of war, local markets are bustling with peace. They're still crafting fabrics, spices, and intricate silver jewelry using ancient techniques passed down through the generations. Now take a look at the stark architectural contrast here. While Jodhpur cools its streets with those painted blue indigo traditions, our final destination embraces the stark, monolithic yellow sandstone construction of the desert.
We're looking at two entirely different ancient building techniques shaping the visual identities of these local cities.
Which brings us to stop 4, the Golden Sandstone Mirage. Let's explore life inside Jaisalmer. So, Jaisalmer was strategically built on a hill back in 1156 for one primary purpose: to control vital desert trade routes. Because of the heavy traffic of spices and silk heading west, the city accumulated immense wealth over the centuries. But here's the truly mind-blowing part. Today, it is one of the very last forts in the entire world that is still inhabited. There are about 3,000 residents actively living inside its ancient walls right now. Living inside these walls means being entirely surrounded by the unique properties of this golden yellow sandstone. The fort walls and grand palaces are built with the exact same stone you'll find a few kilometers away at Badabog. That's a stunning garden of domed cenotaphs built to commemorate the sovereigns of past dynasties, and they all glow with that identical golden hue. But today, the reality for locals is that the desert sands are slowly advancing toward their sandstone dwellings. Camels still transport visitors among the dunes, treading the exact same paths where ancient merchants once carried silk and spices. Seeing this incredible blend of past and present really leaves us with a critical question. How do we continue to protect and preserve these living, breathing, ancient spaces in our modern world? I hope this explainer has given you a vivid look into what it means to truly live inside history.